We have made some radical changes to simplify our lives. Today, we are super excited to share some of the things we've quit to create a stress-free and clutter-free lifestyle.
Some of them might surprise you, but others will probably have you nodding your head in agreement.
Before we get started, minimalism isn't just about letting go of stuff. It's really about making choices that give you more choice and allow you to live more intentionally. That can be changing the way you think or letting go of physical clutter in your life.
So stick around as we reveal the items, habits, and even the mindsets that we've left behind to embrace a simpler, easier way of living. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Ange and this is Sporty. Here at Mostly Mindful, we encourage Gen Xers and beyond to live simply and age with intention. These things that we're going to share with you are in no particular order. It's how things that we've let go of have simplified our lives.
Yeah. So one of the first things, and probably one of the most impactful things, is letting go of commitments and obligations that are not necessary. So, I mean, obviously you fulfill commitments that are important and obligations that you have committed to, but there oftentimes, and I'm sure a lot of you will resonate, oftentimes we commit to things that we really don't want to do and I feel like we really have to.
Yeah.
So we've become really good at saying no.
Yeah.
Without justifying anything.
Yeah, we don't say yes so much out of guilt anymore, and letting go of that has been huge for us. And I think sometimes, like, even if you have agreed to something in the past, it's still okay to change your mind afterwards.
Exactly.
You know, if it's not a life or death situation, you know.
Most of them aren't.
Yeah, exactly. So that's been huge for us.
Animal products, that's been a big one from a health perspective and an ethical one.
But I think what I was thinking about when I made the list is that yes, it's been good for our health, and yes, obviously we're not harming any animals now with our diet. But the reason that it's simplified our lives is because, especially when you're at the supermarket, there's all this fun stuff everywhere and we don't have to think anymore. It's like you can't eat 90% of it.
Yeah.
So
you actually know which aisles to shop in now. It's not like you have to go up and down the aisles to check.
Yeah, so it's made us healthy, like, and reduced that decision fatigue.
Good morning. Very much in the videos now.
Yeah.
He's so happy that we've moved away from the other flat, so he's been very family oriented.
Oh,
he used to hide when we were shooting.
That's cool. Yeah. Perfectionism.
Yes, let's focus. Perfectionism. That's actually a good one.
Yeah.
We've really honed the art of it through our YouTube journey. Because you know, when you're learning about things on YouTube and how to make videos, everyone says MVP, minimum viable product. Just make the thing and ship, because otherwise you never ever publish anything. And both of us have sort of a perfectionism streak in different areas, and we've had to really, really work hard at that. So I'm so proud of us.
Yeah, and it really has simplified things because you don't overthink anymore. It's like, you know, let's go.
Yeah.
Let's just do it and move on, because that's the only way you get better. So
and it's spilled over into different areas of our lives now.
Like what?
Now she's put me on the spot.
I know actually I've got a good one. It's like I'm very obsessive when it comes to how we live, and I can't work if the place isn't neat and tidy. And I've definitely chilled out in that regard. I know I've left that perfectionism at the door, as you can see behind us, if you remember in the last video.
And I've got an obsession with getting through my to-do list. Well, I had. And now I'm able to prioritize the things that are really important, and I just leave the rest. And funnily enough, a lot of that stuff you actually don't need to do. I mean, it's crazy.
No, I don't know. We just, this perfectionism thing.
Yeah.
So as far as possible, we have quit toxic relationships and draining interactions. We don't have family nearby. I don't have any family actually. So it's a bit easier from that respect because, you know, family can fit into that bracket and then it's hard to really quit that. But we've made a point of surrounding ourselves with people who lift us up rather than drain us. So that's been good. We were I think when we were younger, we did surround ourselves with all sorts of people and just expose ourselves to those things.
Yeah. So we've gently extricated ourselves from those relationships without hurting anyone.
Yeah, you just kind of quietly move away. And it's made a huge difference. It really has.
Massive. Arguing?
Arguing is a good one, hey?
Yeah.
We just ditched that. I mean, that took a lot of work on our relationship, but we eventually got to a point where we realized that arguing doesn't actually serve us in the way that we were doing it. Obviously, you disagree. Yes. But before it was these full-blown arguments, and then everyone goes off and insults, and you say things that you regret later. And now, I mean, we still have our disagreements, but it's like as quickly as they come up, it's like you let them go again.
I think the crux of the matter there is that we've let go of the need to be right.
Oh yes, that was actually a separate point, but it's good.
Was it?
Yeah, no, that's fine. It they dovetail nicely together.
Yeah. I mean that's key. You know, once you realize that the other person has a point and possibly is right, which was a hard one for me to
Yeah, you like to be right.
I like to be right. I've always been like that, but I'm not like that anymore.
Yeah,
so that's a good one.
But going on to the need to be right thing, which is, it's also its own category because you don't always have to correct people. You know, if being right means you stop someone from walking in front of a bus, for example, or doing like that kind of a thing, then yes, you speak up. But if someone says something, you know, and you know that it's not correct. So, for instance, they're referencing a movie and they say, oh, so-and-so was acting in that movie, and you know they weren't. So what? You know, who cares? You don't always have to be the know-it-all who knows stuff.
Yeah.
So
who's gonna change the world?
Yeah. So that's been really, really liberating.
Yeah.
So in terms of that was a lot of sort of mindset and habits and things, but physical items, I mean, we talk about this ad nauseum on our channel, and for good reason. Like, getting rid of the stuff has really, really simplified our lives.
Yeah, the furniture-free situation is incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, the stress and the maintenance and the admin and the moving and the cost and the blah, blah, blah. You know, you can go on.
Yeah.
And also, you know, it's physically helped us so much. So recently I did a course, like a volunteer training course, but there was a lot of meditation involved. And I normally have this yoga chair that I sort of slouch on for meditation. And the entire course I sat I didn't even open the yoga chair. I sat on my mat like this. And it was 3 days solid of, there was movement in between, but all the meditation and all the listening, and when we were doing stuff, I sat without a backrest. Yeah. And that is purely because we're furniture free.
Yeah, it's simplified our lives so much.
Yeah.
And I think this has got long-term gains as well. It's simplified our aging process as well.
Yeah, there's going to be less to deal with later on because we're doing it now.
This is an interesting way to simplify your life. Like we enjoy drinking red wine and we enjoy drinking coffee, but having it at home, you do it too much.
Yes.
So
and also with the wine, it ends up you get a bit like lazy and dull after you drink.
Yeah.
So it needs to be less. You need to do it less. We're not saying give it up completely, but we are personally, because we've got such lofty goals that we're trying to achieve, drinking wine doesn't actually serve us.
No. Our mentor, Brian Johnson's got this thing where you leave your willpower at the store. So you don't bring something into the house and then try and resist it. Rather leave it at the shop. And I think this is what we've done here, and it's what we did. We were talking earlier with the vegan stuff.
Yes.
Like there's not even, you've made the decision already. You know you can't eat these chocolates. And it's the same now that we're doing with the wine and the coffee. If it's not in the house, you can't have, you don't think about it. And then if you do want some, then you make it a special thing.
You go out.
And you go out for a lunch together and you have a glass of wine and you just enjoy each other's company, which we really don't the rest of the time.
No, it's only when we drink wine.
Yeah, so that's simplified. That's a terrible thing to say.
Terrible, Muriel.
It has simplified our lives.
We found a place which we think might be more central in terms of, being able to go shopping and getting public transport. So we're going to check that out and see if we can get rid of her. So that's the one thing. And the other thing we're going to quit soon, and you'll have to refer to our last video, is the Diderot Effect. So that's about, buying more stuff once you've bought a thing to complement that thing. And that's because we're moving into a new place, we're already talking about certain things that we might need to get, so we're aware of it.
I feel like we haven't properly learned the lesson, but you're right, we're aware of it. Yeah. So this time maybe we won't go down the what did you call it? The Diderot, had a term.
Diderot rabbit hole.
In winter I do enjoy cooked food, but in summer, because I'm lazy and I don't feel like cooking, I just eat raw most of the time, like salads and things like that, and that's really simplified things.
Yeah, I'm not doing it as much because I'm on a bit of a Ayurveda vibe, and the consultant or the doctor said it's best to have more cooked food with my body constitution. But things change. We'll see how we go. I've been doing it for a couple of months and it's worked well. So.
Yeah, and we are still in the throes of winter, so we'll see what happens in summer.
Yeah, exactly.
So this has been an all-over, sort of more of a ramble. We hope you enjoyed this style of video and maybe got something out of it. We just thought we'd share the things that we've let go of to simplify our lives, and how they've benefited us to do that.
Maybe some of those you can try, or maybe you've done them or done other things. Let us know in the comments, as always. Yeah. And we'll obviously respond the way we have been.
And hopefully there's a blooper or two.
Yeah, I'm sure there is. We're always good for bloopers.
Yeah, so go and whip up some kale chips in your air fryer, or popcorn, or whatever works for you. Sporty's after an air fryer.
So much.
There's
one in the cupboard.
I'm going to call it Diderot from now on.
This is going to be an Airbnb once we leave. And there's one in the cupboard, but it's brand new, so...
No, we're not using it. No. Let us know in the comments if you think Sporty should have an air fryer.
Yes. I'm going to make a poll in the community tab. Can Sporty have an air fryer?
Speaking of, please keep an eye on the community tab, because sometimes we put stuff there so you know what we're up to. We haven't been using it much, but we will. But we do plan to. So keep an eye on it.
Cool.
And otherwise,
subscribe if you haven't already. If you're new here,
hit the thumbs up. All that stuff, and share as well, please. All these things really help our little channel to grow, because we want to help other people not get caught by the Diderot effect and enjoy a more simple, easy, sustainable life that encourages you to age well.
Yeah. And let the video run till the end. That's our new little hack.
Yeah.
Okay, until next time.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. You're covering my face. I mean, I can move forward.
I think you must move forward, because we sometimes look at each other and then, why are you laughing?
Then you mustn't look back at me.
Exactly. Already I've got a crick in my shoulder.
I know.
Move forward.
How's your neck?
Move forward some more. Because I'm not moving back, then my bum's on the cold tiles.
So bossy. Okay, how's your neck?
Neck?
Can it see me?
Oh, stop it. Chippy chop. But that was, I've been talking too much. You say something. Right. Okay, so...
Are we recording?
Yes.
Oh, brilliant. didn't even notice you switching it on.
I'm slick like that,
You're
hey?
so slick.
Yeah, like
You
I
just
like flash
totally over my head.
in a pan. No, I'm not a flash in a pan. I'm here for good.